Kablam! We're here. We are here,
Oh,
y'all.
like that, huh? It's like
Yeah,
that.
I did it. I think I did it all right.
Hello, hello, hello.
All the audio's in. The alert
Yeah,
boxes are on.
let's check.
The oh yeah,
It's spanking time.
Checking.
yeah. The spanking time happened. Okay, good. We have all the things. Hello, T Dog. Hello, all you nerds out there, ready
How's
for
everybody doing?
some news that won't depress you, or it might.
Yeah.
What was I
You
gonna
got
say?
news that's gonna depress us, Tom?
I mean,
Well,
your
mine
news
won't.
might your news might depress me.
Oh, you.
But what I was gonna say was uh, Corey and I were just catching up outside before this, and I'm just gonna say real quick before we get into all the news. Corey, I've been watching so much TV.
You've been watching TV?
Last week I
Obi-Wan?
finished. Last week I finished Kenobi. I started The Boys, caught up to The Boys, and now I'm on episode 5 of Stranger Things. I've seen so much TV in the last like
Well, you
10
should have
days.
opened when I first got on this call with, by the way, I watched Kenobi. That should have been your go-to.
I mean, I do have thoughts, and I want to tell you about them. And it's not negative things for sure. It's like there's some things. One thing I'll say this. One thing I really missed, which they did. I think the last episode is very much Revenge of the Sith, right? Where it's just like, oh, we're hitting it. We're hitting all the good juicy bits. But I'm like, but it would have been cool to have those earlier because like they have the John Williams themes in the last episode. They don't have them
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the series, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I would have wanted, dun, 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 just a little bit of that, or the dun 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 dun, and it's just some of those things
Just
in
a
there,
little more scory.
a
Oh,
little bit of
Cat
that.
wants to go out. Pardon me. Also, people saying I'm quiet.
Well, you should be.
So I'll just keep talking, and they can tell you whether or not it gets better.
Corey is as loud as I can make him. I'll
Okay.
probably just turn me
I can
down
turn
a little.
myself up too.
Yeah, turn your gain up just a little bit, or bring your mic a little closer. The thing is, I just
got
can't
my
have you.
gain. I got my gain up 2 notches now. So y'all let me know if that's
Yeah.
better.
Well, I'm still louder. I'm still hitting the yellows, and you're
Oh, and I'm in
still
the greens. I'm in the sweet spot.
you're in the greens.
We'll do one more. How's that? Is that any better at all?
How about I
Is
do
that
this?
A little louder.
How about I how about I do this? How about that? Now Corey and I should be kind of even.
We should be even. There we go.
I don't know about that actually.
You still louder?
I'm still way louder.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I got mine all the way. There. That's the last one. But that seems. I can hear it like peaking in the mic, but maybe not.
No?
Is
If
that
you
any better?
if you scream, you just have to do this.
Oh yeah.
That's the tough thing. You can't do this anymore. You have to do this.
I'm not gonna scream. I have a sleeping baby in the house.
But no,
At
yeah.
least I think she's asleep.
I thought so it was cool to see that the two combatants, without spoilers, I like to see that they were so much more adept, or their force powers had grown. But Revenge of the Sith still holds the belt of the best lightsaber fight in all the entire series. And I was a little disappointed at that because I was like, oh man, all these years later, and it's like it's not because I'm like, oh, the actors are bad. We know for a fact that these two can do it. So I'm like, definitely the TV budget is coming through here.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Well, it was originally penned as a movie, and then Disney went, make it a TV show, so they had to add episodes worth of stuff to it, and you can see the breadcrumbs of what the movie was going to be, and a lot of that is jam-packed in the last 2 episodes. But I think starting, you get obviously some of episode 1 was going to be in the movie. I think episode 4 obviously going to be in the movie. I don't know about episode 2 or 3, but definitely episode 4, 5, and 6 were part of the movie. I mean, you can see what it was, and they had to like pump it full of more because it had to be 6 episodes
They
long.
did Final Fantasy VII Remake. They took 5
Yeah.
hours and made it 30 hours.
Yeah, exactly. They took it to probably 2.5 hour movie, made it 6 hours long.
The Hobbit treatment.
And look, everyone wants to come back, and I'm in support of them coming back if they have more stories to tell, whether it's a continuation from where we're at, which probably not, or a retrospective on Clone War stuff, which I would love to see.
I just want Hayden Christensen Ewan McGregor in Clone Wars armor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
would be so good. And be
And
and
you
then
could-
be called General
you could-
Skywalker
you
and
could-
General
You
Kenobi.
could have, you could cross section that with a time jump story if you want to do some of the stuff that maybe Obi-Wan's learning in the present, and then you could jump back and forth and have it connect. I don't know, a la, The Last Dance kind of thing. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited. I'm excited for my news isn't very concrete or exciting, but it's fun to talk about. I've thought of nothing but Magic the Gathering for like the last 3 weeks, so I've watched a ton of videos. My
Well,
Brea deck is now. I ordered a bunch of cards and it's now just at a different level. That I'm
Oh.
like, maybe I can't play that with Amanda and Neil. I can play it on our nights
in our pod.
on our pod with Nate now in the pod, which is dangerous. His Scarab God deck is like. He has like foil mana drains and shit. I'm like, damn son.
Bad reprint. T-Dog, how are you guys doing? Just making quick health bev work soon. Sing together, let's check volumes. Yeah.
We're both really low. Oh, great.
I mean, because I had to lower myself, so I mean,
You
I
did.
have to lower myself to you because you can't get higher than green on my
Which is
end.
weird. Like, I'm at the max. Whoa, I'm at the max this microphone will allow me to go.
Yeah.
So I
Everyone
don't
just
know.
turn up your viewing devices.
This is weird, man. I don't know what it. I don't know.
I mean, let me see. How'd that?
what it did.
Talk now.
Talking now. Now I'm talking.
Keep talking.
Hey, we're still talking.
That doesn't do shit.
Just talking. Hey, and we're talking. Trying to see. There's nothing I can do on my end.
There is. I'm looking at the what's that called?
Yeah.
At the Ninja app, and there's nothing.
Sure.
There's nothing there that just increases anything.
There is something you have to turn off that is.
Yeah, it's auto gain control. I turned it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That
I
should
turned
be
that
it.
off. That's
Let
the
me
only thing.
let me try one thing here.
Somebody gonna get a hood real bad. Somebody. Watch Umbrella Academy, season 3 and Sing 2 and a few other things this weekend.
Is that any louder at all?
I
Even
think
a little bit. Even a little bit louder.
I think that's just like a fraction louder.
A fraction.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause-
that's better than a not fraction.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and I'm barely over you. You barely hit the yellow, and I'm comfortably in the yellow.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Surma!
To do with my headphones not charging for a week.
Maybe. Surma, how's it going? New career change. Congrats. That's good. I appreciate you wanting to be on watching these things, but hey, you gotta do you, baby. You gotta do what's good for you. That's just a wonderful bit of news that you have a career change. Hopefully it's a good one. But we got some news today.
It's spanking time.
It's spanking time, Corey. We got some news today. I opened last week, so Corey, you open up this week.
Oh, look at that.
We are getting ready.
Oh, whoops.
Yep. We're gonna do that showtime, baby.
That was me too. I messed it up.
Tom, did you tell
Typing
Corey
sideways.
how you don't like Hollow Knight, so you played 5 hours of it last night? Yeah, I started playing Hollow. You know Hollow Knight, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Also not a huge fan.
Because you're not a fan of Metrovanias, right?
Some of them.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's as someone who's played Soulsborne games or Dark Souls and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I know what hard games are. I know what fair hard games are. I know what bullshit hard games are. Hollow Knight, I will officially say, it's not a hard game. It is very frustrating because it's Metroidvania where you have to retread large maps.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. Also, everyone watching, we still got our little donation film fund goal to help reimburse for the Thief of Joy that is still in post production.
Over
The
a fifth of the way
assembly.
there.
What was that?
Over a fifth of the way there.
Over the fifth of the way there. Keep it going. The little bits
I'm
and dollars help.
Gonna have a meeting this week.
Mm-hmm. As in you and
Very
me have a
excited.
meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Tom and I are gonna have a meeting this week.
They said, I'm going to have a meeting this week. I'm like, With who?
Wait, when I said Tom and I meant you.
Okay. All right, everybody, let's get it started. We are going to go into showtime, and yeah, we'll be it's doing our news. Corey will open. I'll point over here, and then yeah, we'll just open it up and have a show.
I'm ready.
All right, and oh well, hold on. We got to do the clap syncs for funsies.
Yeah. This is Corey.
Tom.
We gotta wait for Brad.
Gotta get a clap sync from Brad, please.
I know it's like 2 weeks late, but I hope you had a good birthday. I saw your shout out. That was nice.
Yeah. Hey, T-Dog. I know you modded up, but, even mods need help sometime, baby. We all can't do it alone. We all need Wendy's.
This is Brad. Still got to find that clap emoji. Maybe we'll have to make one.
I feel like if we had all the money in the world, we could have all the blurps, all the emotes.
I'm going to learn how to make one. I feel like I could do it on graph paper with just like
I'm sure there are people in our Discord that know how to make it, and if we just ask them how do you do this? How can you teach?
All right. I'm in college. I'm in the YouTube college.
Sure, but also I always say this, I can do it myself. I could do it better with a hint.
Yes, true.
So, we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, how? How do I not have you? Oh my God.
On there?
I guess not.
How sad.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
all right. False start first. All right, from the beginning. Now.
What is, everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us, and we only ever do the intro once, ever, and then we answer questions from you, the people. Knights of the Old Republic is not what I'm talking about today.
God, that was such a Game Grumps kind of opening. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I want to say this with all the explicit and making sure I'm making this point clear. Reports and sources. That's all we have here. Reports and sources. Nothing truly confirmed. I will say in the articles I read, trusted sources who have been right about things before have said that Marvel and Andrew Garfield have reached some sort of agreement and that he's signed on for a number of films. Some reports saying 3, some reports saying a number. And for us Garfield Spider-Man fans, this is very exciting. But I'll admit, I read that headline, my heart skipped a beat, and then my brain went, okay, so first of all, doesn't mean anything if Sony hasn't agreed to anything because they own Spider-Man still. They still have to. We all remember the Tom Holland, he may not be coming back for his 3rd film bullshit. It was never not going to happen.
Yeah.
But those of us who are fans of Andrew Garfield can feel a little spark of joy, but just protect it. Protect that spark because this is all rumor, this is all hearsay, and no need to get hurt over something that is unlikely at this time, I will say, since there's no concrete evidence or anything like that. But the rumors are floating out there.
So when Corey sent this over of hey, this is my news topic, I said I was going ahead and text and be like, hey man, so the source that he sent it to me is a source that I'm very familiar with. You know why?
Yeah.
Because me and Daddy Zacky Snidey, and Restore the Snyderverse, I look at a lot of news things.
Yeah.
And one of the big two things. Two outlets always post out the most, I swear to God. It's always Jeremy Renner and Endgame. Don't do this. Don't give me hope. Right? It's always that. It's always don't do this to me. It's We Got This Covered and Giant Freaking Robot. Those two are always 50-50 at best of sometimes they get it and sometimes they don't. And then sometimes when they get it and it's they've known for a very long time.
Right.
And then when
Which
they
is why
don't,
I wanted to be very explicit with rumors.
yeah.
There are a couple other smaller sites, but they all have posting dates that are after those two sites posted there.
See, and that's the thing where Giant Freak Robot, sometimes they get it right, and they've known for so long, and you're like, are you throwing every spaghetti strand you have at the wall? And then some of them are right, but then it's like, so, like they knew that like the Snyderverse was in talks, or the Snyder Code's in talks for a long time, and so we're like, nah, like we don't get our hopes up and stuff like that. But then like they were talking about it for a long time. It's like, hey, because of COVID and because of HBO Max, like they need it, they are in talks, and it's like, no.
Yeah,
but
it's all that same thing. It's like what the Rock posted, where you're like, I don't want to get my hopes up, but there is that spark, and I want to protect that spark just a little bit. So I want to put my shields up, but there is a part of me at night that's gonna look at that spark and be like, it's so beautiful.
It wouldn't be a DC Boy news section if I didn't elaborate what Corey is talking about. So our boy Anthony Steves from the Cape Crusaders, check him out on their podcasts, and they also stream here on some Wednesdays. Posted a little message between all of us and said it showed like the Rock was like, I always listen to fans, I'm there for you, haha, Terramana, all that stuff, and it had the Superman and Black Adam symbols together, and we've seen that picture a lot. And
someone had posted, I'm very excited for this. I don't care if there's cameos in this movie or not, but if there is, and they posted
Henry Cavill,
and they posted that exact thing, the Superman Black Adam picture,
which is Henry Cavill's Superman thing. It's not Tyler Hoechlin's, it's not anyone else. It's Henry Cavill's Superman, which Steves has talked about how Danny Garcia, the Rock's ex-wife and current manager, is the same manager for Henry Cavill, and they've been working a lot of things together and all that stuff, yada yada yada. But they're the same way in the rumor fashion that there is apparently going to be a post-credit scene with Amanda Waller telling Black Adam, being like, yo, watch out, I know a man in the sky that also could take you out, and it's Superman, but we will never see him. And it would mean it's like, oh, here comes the trilogy of just non-Henry Cavill Superman cameos that just like a part of the apocalypse, and I just want to die.
Which sucks because the people who are like want the cameos want Cavill. Like, I know for a fact, I'm gonna always call him Pony Smasher, Tom. David F. Sandberg. Wanted Cavill.
Yeah.
And fought hard for it, and the studio's like, no.
Well, I mean, so this is the thing. The current rumor with Henry Cavill and Warner Brothers is actually like very tumultuous. Is that like Henry Cavill's like, I still have the cape. It's in the closet. I still want to be Superman. And then Warner Brothers like wants to try to cameo him as much as he can, and that's where the conflict is. Like, he doesn't want to just be cameoed. He wants like an actual plan in a movie. And to me, I'm like, I don't think that's asking for too much. I'll
throw the cameos you want if you give me another movie.
Like, the thing is, Nick Fury in Phase 1 of the MCU, like, he was a character in these movies. He wasn't just a cameo at the end of the first one. He was like an actual character in the second one, an actual character in Avengers. So it's like he actually got to be in them instead of like, oh, we'll just tease him at the end. We'll just keep teasing him at the end. Where it's like, do you guys actually have a plan, or are you just going to keep milking the fact that you have the rights to him and that's it? And that was a joke that I saw on Final Fantasy VII Remake, where Sephiroth in the original game doesn't show up until like way later in the game, and then when he does, it's like evil. And then in the remake, it's supposed to be the beginning of the game. He shows up like every 10 minutes, and you're just like, we understand you have the rights to him. He has no context in the story. So I mean, it was cool. I don't know. You didn't watch Suicide Squad, right?
What's that?
You didn't watch the first Suicide Squad, right?
I did.
Okay. Did you remember the post-credit scene?
No.
So the post-credit scene, which I very much liked and enjoyed, and it felt very much like, oh, this feels like what they were actually going for. It was Amanda Waller having dinner, and Bruce Wayne's there with her, and he's like asking for like these files of all the metahumans, and so like it leads into him looking for them, and it makes sense of like, okay, cool, this leads into the next thing. But just having, here's Superman, and it's like, we'll see. I don't know. Again, protect the Allspark. I don't want to take anything away.
Allspark.
But my bit of news, It was actually hard. It was actually hard figuring out what news because I'm just like, I don't know. There's so much TV. There's so many things happening. Kenobi's done. Loki is starting production. I was like, but is that news? Do I have actual factual dates? No, how about I do this? How about I break down Dune Part 2? And so Dune Part 2 will begin filming this month. It is slated to release to November 2023. And for some things that people don't know about, it's going to feature specific characters that are quite important to the plot, really not important to the story, but they are important to the overall grand scheme of how Paul, and again, his second name that's not even mentioned in the movie, but Kwisatz Haderach will rise into power and bring Arrakis into greatness. So we have Lea Seydoux playing Lady Margot Fenring, which I can't remember exactly who she was in the books, and I'd only have to imagine she was a pretty important, maybe Reverend Mother. But Florence Pugh is going to be playing Princess Irulan Carino, who is the daughter of Emperor Shaddam IV, who will be played by Christopher Walken. And then the thing that I thought, I didn't even know about this. So there's a very important character. So we saw the Beast Raban from the Harkonnens, and the Harkonnens are these very strong and very, space Spartan-y way of peoples. And they're scary. And Paul will kind of face kind of almost like the anti-Paul, the Harkonnen Paul in such a way, with Fade Routha Harkonnen, which is it's cool because Baron Harkonnen is very much like the Beast wants to be like another like just like him, but he's like, you don't have the mind of like a killer, you have a mind of a beast.
Oh wait, I think I saw who this was being played by.
Yeah, and so it's being played by most recently Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. Yeah, Austin Butler, which I was like, that's a very interesting pick. As someone who watched the David Lynch, aka Alan Smithy version, and also, read the audiobooks or did the audiobooks, I was just like, oh, this is interesting. And it has a very interesting context, and I don't want to spoil the movie, but these four characters I just talked about, or these four actors, pretty big named actors at this point, and they do offer a very much like, well, this is like, we've now seen Paul and Lady Jessica being like inducted into the Fremen, and then we're gonna see that side. This has kind of just filled the roster of the opposing army side. So we're gonna see like the chess battle that is of Dune and the Arrakis and the war and all that stuff. So I mean, everyone's slated to return back: Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, and Zendaya. So that's all.
Have you seen that? I can't think of Timothy Chalamet without thinking of that comedy sketch where he's like, "Bring me the ghost boy." Sorry, and he's like, it's a like Hollywood exec. He's like, "Bring me the boy made of milk. Bring me," and like, Timothy Chalamet. Yes, the pale boy. I'll have to send it to you. It's so good.
Send that to me. Just finishing this all up, it is good to note that the 94th Academy Awards, Dune won the most Oscars out of all the films that year. However, Denis Villeneuve did not get a Best Director nomination at all. He said he wants to do Dune Messiah, which is the second book. It is considerably shorter than the first book, so it could possibly be done in one movie. However, I feel like I guess you would end that story because that is the kind of like completion of the Paul story. And then the next book, which would be Children of Dune, and then God Emperor Dune, would be like the next two books. And after that, it's like another two books. So that's an interesting way to kind of think about it. But if you want some resources on how to catch up on Dune, watch the movie on HBO Max, but also check out Quinn's Ideas on YouTube. I definitely watched a lot of that stuff in the beginning of 2020 when there was nothing else to do. Now with that, we can move on to the second part of the show.
Questiones.
Where we answer questions from the people. And if you would like to be part of the show, send questions to us. You could send them over to nerdon.tv/questions. Or
you did it. You did it. You did it.
I have a sticky note on my computer that has that has the website
There it
right
is.
there. And if you want to join our community, which is free, go check out our Discord or nerdon.tv/Discord. Well, you can check out our Discord. You can throw it all in there. You can check in all the chat. You can look at all those links. And you can send questions. But if you join our Patreon, then you get put in the front of the line, and we answer your questions first. But also join our Twitch streams on Mondays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you could ask the questions live. And we actually like that too, because you can kind of ask questions based on the show. But the first question we are going to pull up, I'm going to pull some of the ones up from the Discord today. Because they're kind of topical. Because today is the 4th of July of the year 2022, the year of our female lord. So this one comes from Bad Reprint. I need your most memorable fireworks story.
Most memorable fireworks story for me is we were living in Petaluma at the time, and at the time I don't think they are anymore, but fireworks were very legal. And I used to have my dad and my uncle and stuff. They would light them off in the street, and one of the things they would do is they would hold Roman candles out and shoot those out, and I got too nervous to do mine, and my dad lit mine, and I think it shoots like, I forget, like 9 or something like that. For the sake of the story, let's say it shoots out 9 of those things.
In a row,
we were counting, and we put it in the ground, and it shot out like 8, and then the ground went poof underneath it, and I was like, "See, this is why I don't want to hold fireworks ever." And it freaked me out ever since then, because my mom, love her to death, horror stories about friends when she was younger, like blowing their hands off. And
no,
stuff.
there was an image that was going around Twitter that was just like Happy 4th of July, and it showed
all the nurses,
the mangled hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, my story is not a fireworks story. I do have a dynamite story, which was really stupid, and it definitely blew up, and chunks of plastic were definitely embedded into my legs, which was wild. But also, it made me really like, okay, let's not play with explosives.
Let's not anymore.
You can light them for exhibition under good supervision and be smart about it. But if you're doing it for fun, sparklers are fine. So my fireworks story, probably best fireworks story, most memorable experience fireworks story. Actually, it'd probably be, it would probably be, I don't know what year it was, but it was when I was still living in Sacramento, and I was at a friend's house. His name's Gabe, and
shout out
to Gabe. And I was with the homies. Some of them y'all know, Charlie and Ian, and Raph too. And we went to their place, and Gabe's stepdad would literally get on his butt, spread his legs in a V, and then light a firework and just like let it go. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so close to him. But then he would just like, you would just see him boom, and then just like he would just lay back and just let him fire. And he just kept doing that for hours, and it was like the most enjoyable thing to see, because it was just like this grown man having the most fun with it. But then like
Shout out to my dad who taught us how to do that.
And the thing is that his English wasn't his first language, so he definitely speaks with a Mexican or in Spanish accent. But then most of the time, he would always look at me. He would point at me. He's like, "Motherfucker, you want a drink?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah, why not?" And then he would just go, and he was going on light some fireworks. So like, to me, that was just really fun. Of just like, this is probably the best experience I've had, because it was one of those like, I don't really care about fireworks, but seeing someone else get excited about fireworks made me happy.
Yeah. I still like lighting there's like the little ones you could put in the street and stuff. But, man, back in the day, we used to light the ones that would like go off. It's scary, man.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I definitely had childhood dreams and wants to go with a girl to Disneyland and watch the fireworks show and all that stuff. And I got to live that out. We're definitely not dating anymore. She's married. But Yeah, fireworks are nice. Fireworks are cool from afar and safely. Not to be messed with. Next question.
Yeah, next question.
All right, Corey, I think you're going to like this question. This one comes
We'll
from
see.
Dougler93. If you could become the avatar for any mythology, book, movie, or comic book, what character or what thing would you be the avatar for? You still get to
Like-
keep your regular life, though,
Like if I became the avatar for like Lord of the Rings,
I guess, yeah.
would I? So I would like know
I
everything.
think I
about
think
Lord
you're
of
like the
Rings,
lore
like-
keeper.
Yeah, for sure. Then Lord of the Rings, like that would be amazing. Lord of the Rings would be for sure. Yeah, that or I mean X-Men would be another one, but I already know that Comics Explained he pretty much is. So
Rob, yeah.
yeah, there's no topping that. He already is the avatar for X-Men.
For me, I mean, you have a good base knowledge of Lord of the Rings, if anything, an extended knowledge of Lord of the Rings. I don't know if it's like I would love to know more about it, or is it just something like, oh, you pretty much would be around this area. I don't. Maybe, honestly, shit. It'd probably be Dragon Ball Z. I know a lot of
Hell
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z, and like that's the one thing I would say. Like on like a very good day, I'm like I could almost tell you like the power level numbers of people at certain arcs. It's like I know the power level when he's like over 9,000. Like the original line is
Yeah.
over 8,000, and the power level was at 10,500. And so I'm like that was the over 9,000 power level, which I'm like okay. But like I could probably be that avatar that keeps that lore of Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z, which I don't know if I'm happy about. It's
No,
not
you get
as
to pick whatever you want. I mean, DC, be the avatar for DC.
yeah, but I mean, I like. To me, honestly, my thing that I want to be is like I would love to be the avatar of
Avatar.
I guess Eldritch horrors.
Mm.
I would love
Yeah.
to just be super fluent and knowledgeable, like what each Eldritch. Like I couldn't tell you the difference between a Yogg, Sogoth, or whatever, or in a Cthulhu and the other ones, and like how this one's like a father of this one, or this one's like the brother of that one. Like that would be cool. That would
Yeah.
be cool. What's Ginyu's power on Namek? I have no idea. Which Captain Ginyu or the Ginyu Force? Because I have no idea. But
He said on a good day, it's not a good day.
it's not a good day. It's not a good day. Next, will this be the last of the pre-selected questions?
Right.
Oh, this one's from T-Dog. I've been saving this one for you.
Me?
Yeah, not because like, anything in particular, but I was just like, okay, well, this one could pertain to you
Corey
the
would
best.
enjoy it.
Well, this is I mean, the other question's really good from T-Dog too. What is the best anime opening/ending? So we'll do both. Let's do best
Whoa.
opening and then the best ending.
Like not opening theme, or do you mean like opening like episode, like the opening to the series, the first scene?
I
or
think
whatever?
I think it's opening theme and then ending theme.
Oh man, I feel like I immediately gut instinct have to say Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh, Tank.
I've never skipped it. Like there are other shows that I've gone back to rewatch, and I'll skip because I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. But that is so good and so catchy. And I also have like memories of waking up on the couch because it was just like bam, bam, bam. I was like, oh, I'm up, I'm awake. But it's just so well done too. Like it's one of the coolest openings that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, I love Kenshin and all because I'll sing that song till the day is done. But
Real
Cowboy
Folk
Bebop's
Blues too. The ending theme is really good too.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
I think Cowboy Bebop right now would have to be my favorite opening. I know Josh would say My Hero.
But which theme? Because there is a really good theme. I think the first theme is really good too.
The first My Hero.
Yeah, but then there's also one. So I was rewatching it with the guys that I work with,
Yeah.
and there was one that literally just sounds like Bakugo, Bakugo. It just starts
Oh.
out like that. You have an ending theme?
Not off. Let me think about that for a
Okay,
sec,
I got
because-
both already.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so my number one. This is a very dark horse pick. I see in the chat, Mamba picked Yu Yu Hakusho. That is a right answer, but that's not my answer.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I so much want to pick Rock the Dragon from Dragon Ball Z because that was.
Yeah, that's the one that came to my mind,
so
but I was
good.
like, no, I can't.
But I think I think the best anime opening that I've had. I don't know. I think the right answer is Rock the Dragon, but like I really think Fighting Dreamers, which is a season 3 of Naruto opening, is so good. It's so catchy, and it is that perfect like J-pop punk rocky feeling where it's like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. It's so good. And it goes, we are fighting dreamers, and then it keeps going. But anyways, the ending, the best anime ending, this one's a close one from my childhood. This is the one that would wake me up while I'm sleeping because if y'all watched Adult Swim back in the day, that's where you got your anime. If you were from the West, Western part of the world, Toonami and all that stuff. But you would be abruptly awoken if you fell asleep at like 12:30 because Inuyasha had just ended, and then Deep Forest ending theme where you see Sesshomaru looking at this giant skull, which is his father, and that Deep Forest is such a that one is such a good song. But also anime
Trigun was good too.
What was it?
The Trigun outro.
Trigun outro is good,
Remember
but also like man, Evangelion's a good open. There's a much bigger ratio of good anime beginnings than there are endings, I'll say.
I think another good question that you should add to the list, Tom, is the alternate version of that question, which is like, what's the best? What anime has the best first episode? We don't have to answer that now, but like add it to your list.
It's just Antonio Banderas.
Ooh, yeah. What anime has the best pilot?
Okay. I'm just gonna write that under T-Dog's best.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
anime
T-Dog credit for that because I thought
pilot.
that was the question.
Ooh, T-Dog's answer is a One Piece.
The answer is One Piece, Corey.
I mean, I don't know. I will say I've been really surprised with just how good My Hero Academia's first episode is.
Mm-hmm. We'll go into it. it.
Okay, so now we go for the my
honorable mention. I forgot what I wanted to say while you were doing yours was my honorable mention for an intro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Kenshin.
No.
Oh, Baccano.
Yeah. Baccano's intro is so good. That song is so catchy. Almost as catchy as Cowboy Bebop.
I will say I did also really like. We covered Cannon Busters recently, a year ago, and that was good. I really liked that.
All right, next. What's our questions?
So now I'm going to ask, get some questions. These are some of them from the Discord, but if anyone in the chat, please ask away, ask some questions. We're going to be turning
it's
on.
Just me and Tom here.
I know, yeah. Ask all the questions. I'm going to keep.
Tom and I will answer anything. You know we will.
Oh yeah. We're gonna. But I mean, okay. Well, this is the hot one. This is the one I really like. So Eve, asks,
Shut up.
What is your hottest take?
Tom, you've got plenty.
I mean, I have too many. I have too many.
You have way more hot take. Here's my hot take. They've never done the Flash right on anything but a cartoon.
Yeah.
There's never been a good live action Flash.
Yeah.
There's never been a good live action. Here, I'll be even more specific. There's never been even close to a good live action Barry Allen.
Did you watch the Justice League New Frontier animated film, when it's all the Silver Age look?
Yeah.
I liked that Flash
I really
a lot.
liked that.
I liked him a lot, where he was just like, I'm fast. You get it. And it's like, okay.
About that.
Yeah, it's good. And like you need him. He goes over like that giant monster
Nobody
island.
talked about that.
I love that one. I love that one. I see one hot take that will kill Corey's soul. In the chat.
It's a wrong hot take. As I'm looking at my 2-foot Logan poster.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sit like this. Oh God.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit like this, Murray, and say, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has made all audiences dumber for it. And I'm tired of pretending that it's not.
I'm tired pretending that it's not.
I'm like, and that's I hate saying that, but it's like I think about it more and more and more, and it's just like, people literally said that they did not like watching Eternals. Like, you could not like it for valid reasons. And one of the reasons that people said was like, oh, I didn't know who the characters were. Then I was like, that's not a valid reason. Like, I always think of so much of like Terminator, Lord of the Rings, Ocean's films, ensemble movies
I have
existed.
to interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Because Brad said the OG trilogy is better than Logan. And I'll
No.
grant you that the first two movies are pretty good.
No.
But that third
I
movie,
mean-
man.
I mean, Corey knows my hot take. I don't think any of the original X-Men
No.
movies are good because I think
It goes 2, 1, 3.
I will
that
agree with
order
that.
for
I agree with that in terms of quality. Those 2, 1, 3. I don't think any of them are that good because
It's like
the-
2, 1, and then I'm touching the floor here. And
because they might as well just been here's Wolverine and the sidekick of the movie, which is Rogue for the first one, Nightcrawler in the second one, and then no one in the third one.
yeah.
And it's just they were important films, and that's the thing. They were very important for the culture and the landscape of what comic book movies are. And also Hugh Jackman was like such a gem to get out of that. So like it's worth every bit of not good it is because
Yeah,
like
right.
but also they had great
Ian McKellen, Patrick
cast.
Stewart.
They had
yeah.
a very good cast. But you know what's worse than that is when you don't know how to write them.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing with them. You're just like, why is Iceman there? For toys. You're like,
Choice.
why? He
For
just
fun.
froze a guy. And it's like, yeah. Why is Fireman there? To join the bad guy.
Pyro.
Yeah. And it's like, what? Why? Why would you
3,
have
2,
him in?
1. My soul hurts. That hurt me. Saying no 3, 2, 1 hurt me more than is a hot dog a sandwich. Like that. I feel it in my chest.
Did you see that thing I tagged you in on Twitter?
Maybe I didn't go on
the-
Twitter all week.
Okay, so Wizards, a magazine outlet back in the 90s, like before the first X-Men
Oh,
movie,
Yes, and they cast Patrick Stewart
as Xavier, which apparently is great, but like it was just cool to see. Like they
I
said,
liked, Beast was God, I was really I forget who it was who they cast Beast, but I was like, I would see that. I would watch that for sure. I would see that for sure. I'm gonna pull. Yeah,
I'm
it's in
I'm
my-
looking this up. It was so good. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Here it is. I got it right here. So Dolph Lundgren, Colossus.
That makes so much sense. That makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
Michael Biehn as Cyclops.
I like that. That's John Connor for y'all. That's John
Yeah.
Connor for y'all.
Jean-Claude Van Damme as Gambit. I actually like.
Okay, look, you have to think about in the 90s, that is a good pick. He is a Frenchman.
Great pick. Let me see here. Who else? Where was Beast?
Clint
Who was Beast?
Eastwood as Cable?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Also
Oh,
Rutger Hauer as Magneto?
Yeah, that was a great.
That's so
casting.
good. That's so
There was a
good.
third page of this where Beast was part of it. Is it in the following?
I know.
Damn it.
I liked their Beast too. Their Beast was like, oh, I didn't expect
No,
that.
it's not here anymore for Beast.
Oh, I see it. Oh wait,
Who
no, I
was it?
don't. No, this one has the guy who plays Shao Kahn in the Mortal Kombat movie. He's Apocalypse, and Russell Crowe is Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Oh,
Young Russell Crowe, man.
young Russell
Dude,
Crowe.
also Clancy Brown as Sabretooth. Love it. Think that's a great casting.
Nicole Kidman as Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Robert De Niro.
Teo
as-
Carrere, who is from Wayne's World,
Yeah.
as Psylocke.
Oh, and your
Great
boy, what's his name? Carrie Elvis.
Elvis.
As Angel.
Oh, okay. I dig that. What
I
was
dig
this
that.
from?
Wizards
1995
magazine.
Wizards.
Oh, I see. I know who Beast is. It's your
What?
boy, Dr.
boy?
Alan Grant.
Oh, that's right. That's why I was so pumped. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, dude, that would be great. I would watch this movie in a heartbeat. This is better. Seeing this because it's from the 90s. It's better than all those things people are like, what if the Avengers was made in the 90s?
Yeah.
Like those are fun.
Yeah.
This is better.
This is so
casting
much
than
better. And yeah, you got Charisma Carpenter as Rogue. I'm like, oh, so
that.
good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was on
good.
Reddit. That's where I saw it. But you tagged me
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And Tia Carrere is Psylocke. Yeah. Oh, that
Here
would
for
that would
all of it, man.
that would have been. And that's the thing. I was like, oh man, I stay up late thinking about things that could have been. Things
Mhm.
that could have been.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what I'm saying. I think we should do like a once a month show.
Yeah,
for
the
DC
fan cast.
where we fan cast stuff.
And I like the kind of flavor of like Okay, Corey, you're doing Justice League in the 90s.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
So it's like, okay. Or it's like,
also, I think we just saw this. I went inner tubing and I smacked the tube on my way out. Jeez. You see that? I apologize.
Good job.
Yeah. I want to do that show though, so bad.
I got a question from T-Dog in the chat. If you could turn one video game into a D&D type tabletop RPG, what would it be besides Pokemon? Because I already did that. What video game into a RPG? Knights of the Old Republic.
Coming at you on the tabletops. 100%. Are you kidding me? 100% Knights of the Old Republic. I know there's Star Wars D&D games out there, but specifically that universe.
I mean, my answer is probably going to be the same answer as Brad, which is going to be Bloodborne, baby. You're hunters fighting nightmares, and you're in different places like Old Yarnum and all these evil places, and you're fighting these giant monsters.
Although like a survival game, Back 4 Blood or something like that would be a fun D&D. Like you use your charisma when you meet other survivors and stuff like that, if they trust you or not, and insight to see if you can trust them. But you're also fighting a lot of zombies. I don't know. Bloodborne would be good though.
I mean, screw it. A video game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
Like and
Yeah.
part of being in your team is that when you guys level up, like the DM figures out how each person's powers work together.
Yeah. Oh, so you can do the combo moves?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what you need. Like
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Knights of the Republic and Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Coming at you.
Live.
Give us some more questions, but I got some here, and they are all right. This one comes from Battery Prince. Okay, question. Turns out social distancing didn't work. You've become infected with a fictional virus. Which virus did you become infected with, and how does it affect your daily life? I don't know, man.
What fictional virus did I become infected with? Oh my god. This is hard. What's the virus from the movie Outbreak with the monkey in the movie theater? Because that's where I would have got it. The only place I really went was the movie theater.
The T virus, Mamba says.
T virus is it. That's the one.
I mean, me. The best virus that I'd want to get.
The best virus. You trying to win this, Tom? Break the game?
Well, like I like your idea where it's very much like how would you have gotten it, right? So you would have gotten it by going to the movies. Me, I more likely probably would have gotten it from like being on the internet too much. And there was a movie called Cellular. It's with
you got like a computer virus.
It's through your cell phone. And it stars John Cusack and Samuel Jackson.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it didn't.
So I gotta watch
it was
this.
terrible. Apparently, it did not get it at all. But like, I want to watch it. I don't give a damn. But apparently, it didn't do well. But I'm more likely it's whatever virus. I mean, that's actually what Deceased is all about, where the anti-life equation gets combined with Cyborg, and then since he has access to the internet, it just accesses through the internet. So everyone just turns into like this, like the regular anti-life equation just pretty much makes everyone lose all their sense of, what's that thing? Sentience. Pretty much like they lose all sense of like self-will.
Willpower.
They just become subjects to whoever controls it.
Free will.
Yeah, I mean, but then since it's combined with technology in this, like messed up way, it becomes like evil, zombie virus. So
I dig that. I think I forgot what I was gonna say. It's all good. The total side tangent because you said Samuel L. Jackson, and you posted something the other day, and you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as I say this. It's a movie I'm sad we never covered, and it never came up in conversations. Do you know what I'm gonna say? No, Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, okay. Ah, man.
I'm so sad we never covered Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea is such a good. That's a podcast novel.
Tom, watching that movie is the same way. You'd never know this because I didn't go with you. the same way I felt watching the Meg.
I swear to God. I still haven't watched that movie.
So we got to watch the Meg, and
This
then
is-
we'll watch everything.
How about
Everywhere
this?
All
How
at
about
Once.
this? How about this? We work hard. We're gonna have a meeting with the rest of the people at some point, and we'll talk about like what's our podcast release schedule looks like. How about this? How about we say screw the trilogies,
Yeah.
but we do the Shark trilogy. We do, but I don't know. See, this is the thing. We have 4 options, right? We do Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, The Meg,
Meg.
or Sharknado, right? So one's got to go. You got to pick one.
Sharknado goes.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's the only one I don't want to watch again.
Okay. Yeah, we just do the Shark trilogy.
I'm the guy who didn't get it. Sharknado.
Oh, I mean, I understand it, but like, I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Like one thing I've actually really liked lately, I've heard someone's like, I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Oh, I'm a very good. I'm Disney's one of their favorite customers. I'm a very good customer to them." Then I was like, "Yeah, if you do buy it, you should be allowed to talk some shit about it. Cause fuck that." And then I was thinking, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a good customer. I could talk all the crap about Sharknado. I've watched and supported them
Dude,
so
that's
much."
That's the professor.
Talarian?
Dunks on Talarian Academy professor. He dunks on Wizards all the time, but he's like buying all their product.
Yeah, he's like, I'm buying. I'm also helping them sell to their
Yeah.
to the bottom, the small window.
He's super honest about it, which I love.
Yeah.
But I would, Deep Blue Sea. It is. They're making a Meg too, Tom. I'll go with you to that one.
I haven't even watched the first one.
I promise to not go to that without you.
You know, okay. This everyone. Sorry, this is no longer a podcast. This is now just me and me, Corey.
Yeah.
I
still feel bad about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't want you to feel bad about it, but like to me, I was literally gonna text you because you were out of town for this past week, and I was like, hey man, I know we've been playing Magic. You know, we're working on this film. You're gonna go see your fam, but I need time so we can watch Everything Everywhere All at Once together.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Some people tried to watch it over the week, and I was like,
I swear
can't.
to God.
I can't.
We
They're
need
like,
to
we should watch it. And I was like, I can't. I have a promise. I can't do this to Tom twice. I can't do it to Tom twice.
How many times did we not watch The Thing?
Yeah.
So okay, we'll end this podcast stream
One
up
more.
with one more question. This one's coming from Mamba.
Mamba.
What movie do you think you could sit down and dub all the voices for other people to watch?
Do you mean like by heart? You could know most of it.
Is it? Yeah. Is it like I could do
Or
it?
do I think I could do the voices?
Yeah. It's like I would enjoy doing the lines for certain things and trying to do it in my most way, maybe a little exaggerated.
Yes. Yeah.
By heart.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber. I could do Dumb and Dumber line for line. Not anymore. When I was like 12, I could legitimately do it line for line, and I would sit there and practice. I think I'd have like 85% accuracy now, but when I was like from probably like 4th grade to about 6th or 7th grade, I would practice Dumb and Dumber, and I used to know it line by line. It's my favorite movie of all time when I was that age, and I knew it line by line by line, and it was like a party trick. My mom would go, or my dad, my mom didn't like it. My dad would go, do Dumb and Dumber, and I would just start from the beginning of the movie. So
I can, if the captions are there, I can do it in their voices in the exact same performance of The Prestige.
there you go.
Oh, The Prestige is, you know, it's slow trucking shot of hats, and it's like, are you watching closely? And then go to black, come
Mama's
back
like, no
from black,
captions.
and then it goes to a hand reaching into a cage, grabbing a bird, and it's like, there are 3 pots to every magic act. And then it's Michael Caine's opening, so it's like I can no captions. I can still probably do all of The Prestige.
I'd say you could probably do like 85% accuracy at least.
I mean, yeah.
You get the inflate. You might miss a line here or there, or like be like, oh yeah, that was this line.
Yeah.
But I think I think I'm pretty close. My buddy, shout out to Mikey from Storyboard. We still quote it all the time.
Yeah. I can do Prestige. I always do the length double will hold tighter. All the time. We still haven't even done the
Hey.
Prestige for
Josh is
goddamn.
here. I know.
We still haven't done Prestige.
Good
So,
questions though. Good
Yeah.
questions. Leave us some more at nerdon.tv/questions, y'all.
Yeah. Now this will be the post show. All right, I guess. Thank you.
Post show. I'm excited to think about this anime opening, like pilot episode 1. So I'm gonna go watch a bunch now this week.
I mean, the thing is, like,
Here's
Cowboy
something interesting.
Bebop is a really good one. Rurouni Kenshin's a really good one.
It's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna put Kenshin out of the running because
Okay.
I'll pick it. I'll pick it.
Yeah, it's your favorite, but
It's my favorite. I'm pretty, but it's good. That whole like I wasn't finished speaking every time gets me. But you know what? That just reminded me is that Disney announced that they're doing an entire series on the their Jedi Ronin character from the Star Wars anime series they did.
Oh, is that the first one? The first episode?
The first one,
The good
yeah.
one?
The good one. Yeah. They're doing an entire miniseries based around that character.
They should. That was, to me, Visions was fun. I love anime. That one had the best big swing and then also very good and cool. Other ones had swings. They were fun. The Boys just released The Boys Diabolical, which is the same thing. It's an anthological animated storytelling of like different things that happen with Vought. And Visions by far has better production value, but the only thing you remember is the first one and like how cool like that Ronin was just like he has a red lightsaber, so you obviously know like he's not on the side of the Jedi, but he also doesn't care about the Sith. He has a bunch of lightsabers, so you're like, oh, he's killed a lot of people.
It was really cool. I remember that got me hooked on Visions, and I watched all of them, and I was like, that was fun, but nothing got me as pumped as that first episode.
Yeah, and then, I mean, to me, that's what I would have wanted from a little bit of Kenobi with the Inquisitors. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted a little bit more. Like, there is the Star Wars MMO, and there is that opening scene of like that ship, and the door comes down, and then you just see those people standing in line, and a bunch of red lightsabers just like emit, and you're like,
that's the Old Republic.
Yeah, and you're like,
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god, this is
Star
cool.
Wars: The Old Republic has some of the best cinematics I've ever seen in Star Wars. And that includes the movies.
Oh yeah, no, I remember the Imperial, was it the Imperial Inquisitor, like the commercial for him, where like it's the battle in the forest, and then there is that Jedi with the two yellow lights.
Granddaughter or daughter or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. But then like an Imperial Inquisitor comes in, and he just like comes in with the Force, and he's just like wrecking, and you're like,
yeah,
yo, this is cool.
Oh, it was for the soldier, and he gets all scarred up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's scarred up for the next cinematic they show too, which is pretty cool.
Dope.
But yeah, man, that was I'm excited for. There's no release date or anything like that. I know they just announced that they're doing the series for it, and I was like,
oh, you know about the remake with KOTOR, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
And
big time, and then it's a PlayStation exclusive first, timed exclusive. I get it though. They never had it. They never had KOTOR. PlayStation never had KOTOR. It was PC and Xbox only. So
what?
They get their, yeah.
Oh, PlayStation never had. I'm sorry. I thought you said Xbox never had it. I was like, I thought it was Xbox exclusive.
It was PlayStation and PlayStation never had it. PC and Xbox exclusive.
Which
before that,
I think about all the time of like how Xbox was such this powerful, like it joined the gaming scene. KOTOR, Halo, like these exclusives. I'm like, oh my god, they had very powerful exclusives.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They were on it, and so PlayStation gets I think a month first before it goes to PC and Xbox or something like that. A couple months.
Is it because Sony owns whatever BioWare or something like that, or?
I don't know. But what I've read online is just because that PlayStation never got the experience of the game, so it's like, hey, sorry, here's the game.
I don't know. I don't 100%.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't 100% agree with it because it's like if it's on PC, PlayStation players go get a PC then, you know, like it's the same thing as us telling the Xbox people like, oh, you don't have.
The second Insomniac Spider-Man comes to PC, which they're working on, I'm buying it. I'm like, I'm gonna finally play Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, I mean that was a cool thing. I like that. Like Sony was like, hey, we're making all of our games like on PC, so I'm like, cool. Now you're letting people actually play that. So I mean, oh man, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's so good. All right, ready to close this thing off?
Yeah.
Thank
I gotta
you.
go help the wifey with the crying baby. So.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for swinging by. We're going to find someone we can raid. Hope you enjoyed. Let's go ahead and raid Zell. They've been raiding me all weekend. They're playing Super Mega Champions. Everyone take care of yourselves. Be safe. Hope you get some sleep with the fireworks and all that stuff. We'll see you throughout the week if we stream anymore. Keep sending us those questions on our Discord. And if you like what you listen to, consider joining the Nerd On Nation if you haven't, for as low as $1 a month at nerdon.tv/Patreon. You know the drill. As always, Nerd On.
Nerd on.